Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. I have a decent sized stack of cards here, so I figured I'd do a quick mail day video and go over things. So this is about a week's worth of stuff here. I think this is my third mail day video for February. I'll probably get one more in before the end of the month. But figured I'd kind of walk through these, show them off a little bit, toss out some prices. I've got some pops on some of these graded ones. And yeah, so appreciate any feedback, any suggestions, that sort of thing. Otherwise, enjoy the cards. So starting off here with this Finest Gold Refractor. This is my third, I believe, including I have a PSA 9 that I bought. This one came from Mercari, actually, which is a site that I went to chasing a Jordy Nelson, and now that I have it, I've been checking every once in a while. I didn't notice this one myself, actually. At Hail Mary SC on Instagram DM me. He noticed that it was pretty reasonable. I think they were asking like 15 or so for it. Since I already had a couple, I figured I'd kind of make an offer. So I offered, I think, like $10, and it was accepted. This was $14 shipped, taxes, all that stuff. So another Diesel Kevin Nash Gold added to the collection. Speaking of Kevin Nash, here's a Revolution parallel from the most recent Revolution. So on one of the recent mail days, I forget if it was the last one or the one before that, I got a Galactic, which was on my top 5 to buy list for the year. So that's, you know, one of the 5 that I've knocked off. My goal this year is to get at least 2. So this wasn't on, this was not on the, you know, top 5 list, but it is one that I was hoping to get. So this is the Lava. So this is out of 10, and this is the Omega version, as contrarian cards would say. So this is 10 out of 10. This one was $48. And when I toss out the prices, they're going to be, you know, basically rounded to the nearest dollar. And it's going to be all inclusive of taxes and shipping. These cards I did not buy, but they came with the Kevin Nash cards. Those 3 right there. I might keep the Ramon. I'll probably just put the other 2 up on eBay. But I've been thinking about, you know, like a small side PC or something, just for, you know, NWO, Wolfpack, you know, just kind of the connection there. So we'll see. Toss those up there. And then I did add a basketball card. So that's a 4-star of Shawn Kemp. This was like $7 or $8. All right, now we get into the graded. I'll end up taking it out of the sleeve. I mean, I actually thought when it came in it was one of those like slab-strung cases or something, but this is just like a perfect fit sleeve that has the black around it. I don't know that I'd ever seen that before, but anyway, so this is the diamond cuts. I do remember that it was the last video that I showed off the Ripken that I bought. So the Ripken was a PSA 9. This is a BGS 9. I actually paid more for this than the Ripken. It was close, and you know, I think that this was a fair price, and the Ripken I think I just got a real good deal on. So Diamond Cuts is just a great card, looks great, it's cool die cut design. So now I have the Frank Thomas and the Cal Ripken. If I remember right, there's a Mo Vaughn that I've not seen, but I would like to get. And maybe it's just that I haven't been looking for it. I don't have a safe search necessarily for Mo Vaughn. So this one was a little over $50 all in. Let's see these next. These next 3 I purchased in a lot from 4 Sharp Corners. I've got 1, 2, 3 Packers. The idea here is I've just been snagging Bowman and Topps vintage Packers in, you know, decent conditions. I'm not looking for, you know, 7s, 8s, and 9s. I mean, definitely not looking for 10s for stuff that's old, but I'm really looking for like respectable 3s, 4s, and 5s. You know, 6s in some cases. But really what I'm looking at is like decently presentable cards, graded, of Packers for Bowman and Topps, not like the Philadelphia stuff or anything, just to try and keep the scope manageable. And I'm picking them off as I can find them. So, you know, Four Sharp Corners had a bunch of auctions. I was kind of watching them for ones that went pretty cheap. I got these 3 for $35 shipped total. So if I can be into a slab that, again, is pretty presentable for about $10, I'm happy to add it to the collection. This is something that I'm not like really pushing on, but you know, as I see good deals, I'll move into them. This right here is one that I am pushing on. So this bad boy cost me, let's see, $51. Yeah, so this was 51 bucks. It's a PSA 9, which is a great grade. I mean, especially for, you know, so this is a 2020, so it's not like it's an older card or anything, but you know, these thicker cards, if you can find it in a 9, like that's awesome. I kind of wish it wasn't in a 9, because like I said, I paid a little over 50 bucks for this, and normally I like to get these in like the $20 to $35 range, and not the 40-ish plus shipping. So anyway, I'm trying to collect a bunch of these. This is the out of 25 version. This is my, I think, 15th, maybe 16th of these. I'm kind of, I have it in my head that I can get all 25, or at least that I should try. I don't actually believe I'll be able to do that, but I am trying, and I'm, you know, well over halfway now. This is one of the few Jordy non-playing days cards that I collect, and I just happen to be collecting all of them. A lot of them have like this really great, where you've got like the shoulder, and so anyway, a lot of them have really nice color on it. I have a bunch of these. If I see them, I'm snagging them. I'm really hoping that people don't take too much advantage of me, and I'm able to get them. But that's something that's kind of like a long-term goal for me, is to get all 25, and I have quite a few of them. Kind of move that one over here. I've got 2 cards left. This one right here is a 98 Pacific Invincible, Moments in Time. Kind of an interesting looking card with the kind of grid, the gold grid there. It's in an old slab. So with cards like these, I never know what a great price is. So normally I just kind of like pick something that I think is relatively low. And if I win it, I win it. That's great. Add it to the collection. If I don't win it, I try not to beat myself up too much about it. So these are pretty rare. 1 in 145 packs. This is a pop 1 with 1 higher. And again, not that all these are getting graded or anything, and even 1 in 145 packs, a lot of packs produced right in this era, but still not too bad. Pop 1 higher, and 9 is a great condition, and it's a very old card. It's definitely one of those cards from my youth. You know, I was 11 when this came out. This is when I was right in the middle of collecting, so really happy to add that to the collection. Actually, I'll put that one up here. And then last but definitely not least, oh, and I didn't mention on the Ripken, I paid $27 for that shipped. So I was very happy with that. You know, cost you $18 just to get something graded right now. And that's a 1 in 145 for one of my PC players. But not to take shine away from the last one here, which is this Bowman Chrome Refractor of Frank Thomas. I feel like I got this one for a great price. So it's a very new slab, starting with the 7. So this is a very recent slab. I think most people, you know, even people who don't like PSA grading, and I understand a lot of that, sometimes it's hard to tell like why it got the grade, but normally within a grade or so, it's relatively accurate. But most people will say that they've gotten more strict lately. One like this that was graded, probably a decade or a decade and a half ago versus this, this 8 and that 9, like chances are like they're pretty similar condition. So this 8 I think looks beautiful. Really has great shine on it. The case, since it's new, the case is in great condition. On the back here, you can see that the centering isn't great, but like it's the centering on the back that isn't great. On the front, it's not really noticeable to me. This one was just under 50 bucks. So I have it noted as $47. This is a Pop 2 16 higher. I just assumed, I didn't look up the Pop. I wasn't buying it on the Pop. I eventually want to get the Topps and Bowman Chrome refractors for Frank Thomas and Cal Ripken in, basically 8s or above would be great. Based on budget, probably means 8s and some very rare 9s, or rolling the dice on a raw and trying to grade it. So I didn't really care about the Pop. Don't really care that it's PSA versus, any other slab. But I was just shocked to see how few. Only 16 9s and 10s, only 2 8s. I assumed there would be a lot more than that. So I was really ecstatic to find that out. It just makes it so that I feel even more comfortable with the price that I paid for it, and enjoy adding it to the collection. So, I'm getting too many cards there, which is great because that's the end of the video. So really appreciate everybody watching. If you have a favorite, happy to hear about it in the comments. If you take the time to do that, I'll make sure to respond to you. I like the cross section that I have here, right? For this mail day, I've got some baseball. I do have a basketball. I've got my football here. My Packers, the Kevin Nash cards. I've got cards in the 50s. I've 2022 up here. I've got a really good spread and a good look into kind of the variety of my PC. And it doesn't always work out that way, right? Sometimes, the cards come in, or all football or baseball. The last one, there's a whole lot of Cal Ripken and Frank Thomas. This time I've got a little bit of Ripken and Thomas, but, much more football and wrestling here. So appreciate the view. Like and subscribe would be great. Comment if you have the time. Would really like to chat with some of you.